Would you ever rent a computer for 90,000 rupees for 45 days when you could use that money to buy a very good computer for just 50,000? Common sense would say no. Would you rent a soap dispenser for about 3,400 rupees when you can buy a really good one for 300 rupees? It defies logic why the Commonwealth Games organizers are doing things which are so preposterous. Headlines today got one of the country's best known auditors to examine the overlay expenditure papers. We broke that story on this show last night. What you saw was our journalistic assessment of the scam that our eyes could bring out. What we've done now is we've got an auditor to spend the entire day in our newsroom poring over every single detail of the overlays contracts that have been handed out. These are his shocking findings.
45-day rent for computer terminals almost 90,000 rupees when you can buy it for 56,000 rupees. A refrigerator that costs 50,000 rupees is rented for almost double the price. Cross trainers that can be purchased for 34,000 rupees being hired at over 6 times the price for 2.5 lakh rupees. 2-ton window ACs being rented at 5 times the purchase price. Liquid soap dispensers that cost a mere 276 rupees being hired for an exorbitant 3,397 rupees. Headlines Today has unearthed one of the most preposterous scams of the Commonwealth Games. The figures are mind-numbing, so we decided to carry out an audit of Commonwealth Games overlay expenditures. This is Dinesh Verma, one of the country's leading auditors. We gave him the papers. He began the number crunching. This is, after all, your money and our money, the taxpayers' hard-earned money that's being systematically wasted in the name of Commonwealth Games. After hours of poring through minute details of the overlay expenditure records, this is what the auditor has to say.
We took out 26 items on a test basis for this particular study, and a few of the items are definitely even for example, take the example of the desktop machine. We are paying a rental of 89,502. Yes, apparently, if you go through the prices, on the face of it, there are issues, there are concerns.
But that's not all. Suresh Kalmadi and company will have to explain why they are paying more to rent these items when their outright purchase price is far cheaper than the rental for a mere 45 days.
See, this particular document defies the logic of the bidding process. All the ground rules have been laid down. Now, if you sort of test this on those principles, you should be able to find an answer very quickly.
The logic that Suresh Kalmadi and company offer for renting equipment is A, it is more economical, and B, there are no recurring costs. But a cost-benefit analysis shows both the arguments are flawed.
And the audit clearly shows that when you do an average price, highest price in the market, lowest price available in the market, and then compare it to the rental, you will find that there is a major inconsistency. And that is where the problem is.
Under intense pressure, Suresh Kalmadi has finally ordered a probe. Commonwealth Games Committee Organizing General Secretary Lalit Bhanot said a probe team is being formed to investigate overlay expenditures. The staggering inconsistencies and discrepancies in the tendering and the subsequent hiring of peripherals is a fit case of acute mismanagement and absolute graft.
Computer terminals rented for 90,000 rupees each. Plug points, your regular 3-pin plug points, rented for 1,300 rupees each when they can be bought at the market for a maximum of 75 rupees. Now, these are some of the most audacious expenditures that the Commonwealth Games have incurred that HT, the Headlines Today, has now brought to the fore. It is now for the organizing committee of the Commonwealth Games to try and explain these most bizarre of expenditures and how they add up to the taxpayer. With Sandeep Bamzai in Delhi, Paulami Saha for Headlines Today.